All right, everybody. We are back doing live here. It is a Saturday afternoon. Really getting into this live thing. Now, I'm excited. I'm excited because we just dropped our Black Friday sale. We just announced it yesterday. And we've got our Black Friday sales all over the place. We've got it. If you go to the website right now, go to the homepage, you'll see the link for 50% off our Black Friday deals. Okay, we got these amazing bundles. We got these bundles where we're doing 6 months of mouth tape. You're going to get a couple of tins that go along with it, and then you're going to get the nasal sticks. And I'm telling you right now, these are going to sell out. I know these are going to sell out because of these nasal sticks, and we're not going to have that many of them left. So you got to act now if you want this. Okay. We've also got a couple of other flavors where we sprinkle in a combination of the nose strip and the mouth tape bundle. And then for those of you who maybe you just don't like the mouth tape and you love the nose strips, then we've got the 6-month supply of the nose strip that you can get, plus the nasal sticks. So again, go to the homepage, 50% off on these bundles for Black Friday. We dropped it early for everybody. You've got you can also get them. We do have them listed on Amazon too, by the way. But I'll warn you on Amazon. Amazon is a bit of a weird thing. Amazon actually banned mouth tape. And even though you can find mouth tape on Amazon, it's not supposed to be there because they banned it. And because we're the biggest mouth tape brand in the world, we list it, they pull us, and then we relist it again, and then they pull it. So there's this game of whack-a-mole that keeps kind of happening with Amazon. So just be patient, but just there's a bunch of copycats on there. None of them are the real thing like us because we're the #1 mouth tape brand in the world. We are the official sleep aid of the UFC. We've got over 100,000 users. In fact, I love showing this thing. So Shopify gives out these awards, kind of like how YouTube gives you these thresholds every time you pass certain subscribers. So last year, this was in April of last year, we had passed 100,000 orders, and it's over a year later, and we've blown past this threefold. So we've got well over 100,000 people relying on hostage tape every single night. And look, we're the #1 mouth tape brand on Walmart also. We're the #1 mouth tape brand on Amazon, even though mouth tape's illegal on Amazon. And, you know, when people ask, what does mouth tape even do? It's going to stop your snoring. And if it doesn't stop it, it's going to severely reduce snoring for you. But most importantly, keep you from mouth breathing so that you're not breathing out of your mouth. It's beard friendly for men. You know, a lot of men ask, well, if I'm going to mouth tape, what about my facial hair? What about my mustache? What about my beard? And we designed this to work really, really well with facial hair, with bumps, inconsistencies, because it's a flexible fabric. Okay, I'll demonstrate it here in a bit. And I think the #1 phrase that people use in our reviews, so if you go to the website, you take a look at the reviews that people leave, they talk about how it was life-changing. So they're getting life-changing sleep by wearing hostage tape. Okay. All right. So let's demonstrate the product. Yeah? Okay. So when you order a month supply, you're going to get a pouch that looks like this. This has got 30-day supply, and it's a consumable, so you'll wear one strip every night. And if you buy one of our bundles or you get one of these bad boys, this is a bedside tin that you can put your mouth tape in, keeps it by your bedside, or you can travel with it. So let's take a strip out here. Now we've also got a pink strip for the ladies. Originally, we designed hostage tape to be for men, right? That's who we were targeting. Middle-aged men like me. But then we realized there were a lot of women that really liked this product too. So then we came out with a pink version. Okay, so we've got our men, our hero black version, and then we've got our women's version that's pink. So now what we do is there's a perforated line here. We just pull and we pop it. See that? And then we peel it off. And before we put it on, you want to make sure that your mouth is clean, the skin is clean, it's dry. So ladies, if you're going to wear the tape at night, just make sure don't have a ton of moisturizer, right? Very minimal anti-makeup moisturizer, those kind of things. Because if you got a bunch of extra layers there, it's not going to stick too well. And then I like to tell people to curl your lips inwards. And then you'll notice when I put it on, I'm going to rub the tape to activate the glue so it sticks. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Now notice how it is a flexible fabric. And you can even see through it and you can breathe through it. Okay. So that way then you realize you're not going to suffocate. It's actually going to feel really comfortable. Because that's something that a lot of people think about is they go, wait a minute, if I'm going to put tape on my mouth, am I going to suffocate? Is that going to be uncomfortable? And it's not going to feel uncomfortable once you get used to it because it's this flexible fabric. And that, because it's flexible, that's why it works really well with facial hair. Okay. So here, I'll do the pink one. People love it. People love it when I do the pink one too. So we'll do this one. And this is made of a bamboo silk. Actually, it's just an elastic rayon. Elastic rayon, bamboo silk, it's all the same stuff. But see that flexible fabric? Okay. I'm going to do the pink for you guys so you can see it. Mm-hmm. There we go. See again, flexible fabric. You can see through it. It's breathable. Not going to suffocate. Now, people always think, well, what if I get a stuffy nose? And I get a stuffy nose and I've got this on. I see Julie. Julie's part of our PR team. How you doing, Julie? But what if you get a stuffy nose? Am I going to suffocate and die? You're not going to suffocate because our body wants to breathe through our nose. Okay? In fact, what happens is when our nose gets stuffy and then we open our mouth to breathe, our brain sends a signal to our nose to fill up with mucus, and then it creates this vicious cycle. So what we have to do is break the cycle, keep the mouth shut, force ourselves to breathe through our nose, and then it'll start to drain, it'll start to open up. Now, I've been mouth taping for probably 5+ years now, and there's never not been a time where I haven't mouth taped, even when I've been really sick. And I always wake up with a bone dry nose, even when I'm congested and sick. And then when I wake up and I take the tape off, then my nose will instantly clog up because then I start mouth breathing. Right? So perfectly safe, perfectly healthy for you. In fact, we're also partnering with the largest ear, nose, and throat clinic in California, the LA ENT. And what they tell their patients, because that's a concern that people have, they'll come in, they'll recommend mouth taping, and they say, well, doc, is it safe? And they say, all right, let's do this. I want you to lie down, and I want you to keep your mouth shut and breathe through your nose. And then tell me if you feel like you have to gasp and open up your mouth to breathe. Most people don't. They don't have that issue. So as long as you're able to sit there and breathe through your nose and not need to gasp open, because we're not moving, we're sedentary, then it's perfectly safe. We were made to breathe through this guy. Our mouth is only for talking and eating, as Dr. Andrew Huberman likes to say. Okay? Now, the other thing that you're seeing here on my nose is a nose strip. And a lot of people go, why do you have a piece of tape on your nose? What is that doing? But this isn't just a piece of tape. This actually has something in it that is doing more for my nose. It's opening up my nose. So if you look at a nose strip here, there's plastic ribs in this thing that when you look at that, it has a flex to it. So what that does, when I put it on, it opens up my nostrils, allowing me to get in more air. Okay? What I love about the nose strip is, yeah, you can wear it at night when you sleep, but I love wearing this thing when I work out. So in the morning when I go do a sauna, I do a cold plunge, and then I might go do a run, or I'm in the gym getting a lift in. I wouldn't be able to get my workout in if I wasn't wearing a nose strip. Because now that I know what it's like to be able to breathe through my nose much cleaner, I don't know how else I would do it. Because when you, in the words of Andy Elliott, when you put on this nose strip, you'll breathe like a new person in seconds. In fact, I love when Andy does a lot of videos where he'll be out and about and he'll take a nose strip, give it to somebody, have them put it on, and he'll film the reaction. And the surprise that people have when they put it on, they can't believe how different it is, how much better they can breathe in through their nose when they're wearing a hostage nose strip. It's pretty cool. Now, the other product that we've got that you're also going to get in this Black Friday bundle deal is the Hostage Nasal Stick. Okay? And we're partnered with Boom Boom on these. And Boom Boom's been going viral all over TikTok for these things. Now, all it is it's a nasal inhaler. It's got menthol in it. It's an all-natural menthol, spearmint, peppermint. And you just breathe it in, goes right through the sinuses and opens them right up. And it's pretty addictive. Really addictive. Everybody who uses these loves them, gets addicted to them. And this is another one of those things where when you give it to somebody and have them try it, the reaction that people have right away when they do it is a bit surprising and whoa. So a nice jolt. And then I showed this earlier, but you're also going to get, we've got our tins. These are our bedside tins that you can store your tape in, store your nose strips in, keep it by your bedside, put it in your backpack, put it in your bathroom bag to take with you when you travel. Now, we have a new product that here's the women's pack right here. And we've got our beautiful pink women's tape. Now, the new product I was going to mention. So a lot of people who have maybe greasy T-zones, maybe their skin isn't too great, maybe the nose strips don't stick too well on their nose sometimes, or maybe even on their mouth. So we came up with these hostage hold wipes. And what the hostage hold wipes are, they're individually wrapped wipes that help you clean the area around the skin, whether it's on your nose or it's around the mouth. And they also, there's a film in there that helps the adhesive stick to your nose or your mouth better. It's very similar to what doctors and nurses use when they're cleaning and prepping skin for bandages. All right. Now let's talk about who uses hostage tape. This is pretty cool. So we got a really nice big list of people who you all know that wear hostage tape. So Joe Rogan's a big user. He's been a user of us for a while. We've been a sponsor of Joe's pod. We've got Erling Haaland, probably the greatest soccer player in the world right now. Big hostage tape user. Mark Consuelos of Live with Kelly and Mark. Kelly Ripa, Mark Consuelos. We've got Andy Elliott, the greatest sales trainer on the planet. We've got Troy Aikman, one of the greatest quarterbacks in history, Hall of Famer. He is one of the announcers for Monday Night Football. We've got Chris Bumstead, C-Bum, probably one of the greatest bodybuilders of all time, especially of this generation. He's a huge hostage taper every night. In fact, he's got his new fitness app that he just updated, and they've got some really cool prizes they're giving out. One of the prizes is a big hostage tape giveaway. We've got Gary Brecka, the Superhuman Protocol. In fact, he's all over the world right now with his son. They're doing this around the world race. That's really cool. But a lot of the patients that he'll work with, if they're mouth breathers, he'll recommend them to use hostage tape. We've got Mark Bell. He's a legend in the powerlifting world. He's the host of the Power Project with Ensema. In fact, Mark was one of the first guys that we had sent hostage tape to, and DM back was like, "This is the best mouth tape I've ever used." And then he started handing it out to all of his guests, and it was one of the earliest ways that we got our name out there, and people started talking about us. People started to discover us. Other than, obviously this wonderful name that we came up with. We've got a bunch of comedians. So we've got Tom Segura, got Bert Kreischer, the Machine, got Pete Holmes. We've got Sebastian Maniscalco. What I love about Sebastian is I always hoped that one day a comedian would do a bit about hostage tape. And Sebastian fulfilled my dream. He's on tour right now, and one of his bits is how he wears hostage tape at night. And so I can't wait until he comes. He'll be here in Minnesota in February. So I'll get a chance to go see him, get a chance to meet him, and enjoy that. So that'll be great. Kyle from the Nelk Boys and the whole Happy Dad team. We were mentioned on Love is Blind, the biggest reality TV show on Netflix. And then we've got a ton of athletes, ton of NFL players, a ton of NFL teams who are using us. So Sam Hubbard, I like to refer to him as one of our generals in the hostage tape army. He's the defensive end for the Cincinnati Bengals. He's always wearing a hostage nose strip every game, and then he's wearing our mouth tape every night when he sleeps. And then whenever we discover a player who uses us, we always send the whole locker room a VIP hostage tape gift. So the whole Bengals team hopefully has been using hostage tape by now. We just sent one to the Raiders. We just sent one to the Rams, to the Patriots. One of the running backs for the 49ers is a huge hostage taper, so we sent the 49ers a whole pack. The list goes on and on, just the amount of, but within the next couple of years, the entire NFL, every team, every player, they'll have been introduced, they'll be using hostage tape, getting the best sleep they can, getting the best recovery that they can, and being able to perform at their best that they need every week. All right, so again, my name is Alex. I am the founder of Hostage Tape. We just dropped our Black Friday deals. So go to hostage.tape.com. You'll see we've got 50% off on select bundles. So right on the homepage there, you'll be able to take advantage of those. So make sure you go there, grab your bundle before they sell out, because I guarantee you those bundles will sell out. Guaranteed. Okay, especially because of these boom boom sticks. These hostage nasal sticks are going to go fast. We don't have a ton of these, and they're going to go fast. Okay? We are the #1 mouth tape brand in the world, folks. We've got well over 100,000 people who use hostage tape. We're the official sleep aid of the UFC. In fact, speaking of UFC, so UFC's got a big fight tonight in, I think, Madison Square Garden. I'm excited to watch this. This is a good card. So Dana and Hunter and those guys, they put together a phenomenal card. So we've got, it's always fun to watch Bo Nickel. Bo Nickel's on the card. He's a great up-and-comer. But the two that I'm most excited to watch are Michael Chandler is finally back in the octagon after, he's been waiting to get that fight with Conor McGregor for so long. And then it got announced, and then McGregor got injured. And so he's been holding out for that fight, and rightfully so. I mean, who wouldn't want to go up against Conor McGregor, right? So that didn't happen. So finally, Mike said, "All right, I just got to get back on the mat." And so he's fighting tonight. So go Michael Chandler from the Hostage Tape team. Excited to watch you fight tonight. And then also John Jones, right? The return of this guy. Widely considered one of the greatest UFC fighters of all time. In fact, Rogan is always talking about how much he thinks John Jones is probably the greatest UFC fighter of all time. I've never seen him fight. So to see him back in the octagon, I'm excited to watch. I'm excited to watch Michael fight, and then to watch John Jones fight. So it's going to be a great card tonight. It's going to be fun to watch. And most of those guys are all wearing hostage tape, or they've been introduced to it because we're the official sleep aid of the UFC. In fact, Mike, he's been wearing hostage tape for a while. He loves our nose strips at night when he trains. I know he was getting real dialed into his breath work and how he breathes and keeping his mouth shut. And most of those guys are. Most of those fighters have been getting more into all of these little hacks that they can do to improve. And breathing is, I think, one of those new areas for a lot of fighters, and learning how to breathe better so that they recover better and they can perform better. Because sometimes at that level, when everybody's that good, it's the small little things that can stack up and give you an edge. Because when everybody's that good, how do you differentiate? It's not like you're 10% better. You have to be just 1% better. That's the margin of error at that level. Compared to if you're at the high school and college level, you can get pretty wide, disparities in talent. You could have a kid who he's 10, 20, 30% better than other kids that he's playing against or competing against. But at the professional level, you don't see that. There's, what separates guys at that level is a small percentage of talent, or maybe a system, or who they have around them. So let's talk about, again, my name is Alex. I'm the founder of Hostage Tape. Let's talk about real quick, why did I start Hostage Tape? So I was a snorer for the longest time. As far as I can remember, I snored so bad. I snored so loud that it sounds like a chainsaw in the bedroom. And when you snore that bad, sometimes you don't realize it, and you don't realize how much it affects the people around you. And so eventually my wife moved into the guest bedroom. And that went on for years. And so because I snored so bad and my wife slept in the other bedroom, the relationship started to sort of spiral out of control. And we had a real low point. I had a real low point in my life of my health wasn't great. I wasn't getting good sleep. I felt like crap. I was working from home with my previous business that I ran, and then I'd sold it. And I had kind of a rock bottom moment of what do I need to do to work on myself? I call it my Jocko extreme accountability moment, right? Jocko always talks about taking extreme accountability of your life and what you can control. Don't ever blame anybody else. Don't blame any other outside circumstances. Always take full responsibility. That's how you should approach everything. With your family, with your business, all of it. And so I started with my sleep. And I went down this rabbit hole of trying to figure out, okay, well, why was I snoring? How can I stop snoring? And it led me to discovering mouth taping, of all things. And it sounds crazy. Mouth taping seems wild and crazy, especially to people who've never seen it before. But when I discovered it, it was so life-changing that next night when I woke up that I couldn't believe how simple it was and how amazing it was. And then it inspired me to want to build a business around it so that I could step into a new chapter of my life, build something again, because I had sold my previous company, and then I could help millions of people. Because there's 128 million households in America, and over 71% of them are mouth breathing at night. So think about how the millions of people in this country and around the world suffer from this issue. So I wanted to build this company and build a brand that would inspire other men to want to mouth tape. And the key to that was building a brand, building hostage tape into this brand that got your attention, was polarizing, because let's be honest, you either love it or you hate it. And it was going to start a conversation. It was going to inspire you to go, what the hell is this? Because you never forget it. When you see that come across your feed, you're never, ever going to forget seeing hostage tape. And then you're going to think that's the wildest, craziest thing you ever saw. Because let's be honest, you're not going to be inspired to walk into Walgreens and just buy some paper tape. And let's be honest, too, that tape doesn't really work that great for most guys. And so when you learn about this real, authentic story that happened to me and how my life changed from being a mouth breather, being a snorer, my wife sleeping in the other bedroom, and then discovering mouth breathing and then mouth taping, and now my wife and I sleep in the same bed again. Now I can get great sleep. Now my wife can get great sleep. And now we're changing hundreds of thousands of lives out there, which then when you think about it, there's a domino effect that happens of how many other people around them that affects. And then how that affects people around them and so forth. So it's pretty amazing when you think about it, because we sleep a third of our lives. And sleep has such a huge impact on everything that we do. So Again, folks, my name is Alex. I'm the founder of Hostage Tape. We are the #1 brand in the world, #1 mouth tape brand in the world. We've got over 100,000 users. We are the official sleep aid of the UFC. We are the official partner of the largest ear, nose, and throat clinic in California, the LA Center for ENT. We're the #1 mouth tape brand on Walmart. We're the #1 mouth tape brand on Amazon, even though mouth tape is banned on Amazon. And so because we're the biggest brand, we keep getting kicked off and then we keep relisting it. And in its simplest explanation, mouth tape is going to stop you from snoring. It's going to stop your husband from snoring. And if it doesn't stop, it's going to severely reduce it because we shouldn't be mouth breathing. It's beard friendly, works great with beard, facial hair, mustaches. And it's going to be life-changing for you. It's going to give you life-changing sleep that affects your health, it's going to affect your wealth, and it's going to affect your relationships. Think about all three of those phases and how getting better sleep can affect every aspect of your life. Think about that. When you can get great sleep, you're going to be healthier. And being healthier means you can be a great person. You can be a great partner. You can be around for many, many years. When you get great sleep, you can make more money because you can actually have more energy for your job. You can have more energy to maybe start that side hustle you've been wanting to start. When you get better sleep, you're going to have better relationships because you're not falling asleep on the couch, right? You can be more present. And your partner isn't going to hate you and want to strangle you because they can't sleep. So, lastly, guys, I'll mention our Black Friday deals. We just dropped them yesterday. Go check them out on the website, hostagetape.com. They are on Amazon too, but go get them before they are going to sell out, guaranteed. They're going to sell out fast. So make sure you go get them right now, okay? Before that, what's going to sell out is these nasal sticks because we don't have a lot of them, and these are addictive. So go to the website, get them now, and remember, don't let bad sleep hold you hostage anymore. All right, folks.